eternity? Okay, dude. How do I do this? Knight h3. Problem is my pieces are so passive here. Still think I'm okay here, though. Okay, but now I think I have to start stalling. I have to be like a stalling Andy here. Maybe knight h3? Knight h3, d4? No. Let's go here. Let's go back. Okay, king f8. Still completely fine. I'm losing to a 1 elo bot, of course, you guys. Except it's not 1 elo, it's like 3600. So this reminds me of the game I had against Daniil Dubov, where he had some kind of weird setup with knight h3 or knight h6, and he held the kingside pawns. I think it was the TD Grand Prix in somewhere, probably Moscow. I guess I'll go knight e2 though. I have to be very careful how I do this. Hope this isn't a blunder. Takes queen e3. This is not a draw. I'm probably just getting killed here. I'll go here and pray. Okay, because d4 I always take and I have a check. I'm holding on temporarily. Last pawn push was what, 85th move? So still like a long way to go. Let's throw in a spite check. What was my move here? Was it knight f4 or rook f1? It was knight f4. Was it knight f4 before? It's like every position looks the same except everything's like off by 1 square. Rook f, knight f4, rook c2. This is very bad. This is not good. Rook f1. Guess I'll go here and pray that d4 doesn't end me, but I think it does. Oh, it doesn't actually do that. Interesting. I have king g1. Still hanging by a thread. But queen e3 trades knight e2 and I'm losing the pawn end, the rook and pawn end game. Absurd. If I go knight g2, rook e2, queen a1, rook f2, and then knight e2 with a fossil. But is that actually a fortress? I put the rook on e3, is that potentially a fortress? I'm thinking about knight g2, rook e2, queen a1, rook f2, knight e2, king h2, takes, queen d4, knight f4. But that can't possibly be a fortress. It could be a fortress. But fortresses don't exist, as we know. But I also can't move my king. Can't move my rook. Can't move any of my pawns. So it's either a knight or the queen. That's all I have here. So it's got to be a knight move. Question is, I guess I'll go for it then. Only move. It can still play f5. I'll try to set up a fortress here. Probably it's not a fortress, but I'll try. Maybe I have chances here. Wait. Maybe I have chances now. Wait. F5 was wrong for sure, but wait, what? Wait, did it blunder or am I stupid? Oh my god, this is Zugzwang? Oh, that is so sick. That's actually sick. I go here, there's mate. Let's go here. Wait, why is this popping up? How do I remove this 1 second? There we go. All right. Still is almost a fortress, but I don't think it's a fortress. What was wrong with rook e3? If I go rook e3, he sacks the queen. Rook e3 takes on queen. It's almost a fortress, but not quite. Oh, wait. Do I have knight takes f4? Rook f2 stalemate? Wait a second. I think I tricked it. Did I just trick it? I think I tricked it. No, this has to be a fortress. Well, rook f2 is better. Why is my browser messed up? Whatever. Knight g2 is a horrible move. I got too excited. That was literally the worst possible square. Okay, wait, now it looks okay, okay. This still should be a fortress, though. This should be a draw. But I have to find the right setup. 93, king f4. This is actually interesting now. This isn't about, like, the game itself. This is actually just kind of interesting. Let's go check. Two, king h5, knight g4. Should be a draw. Can't you take what? I don't know what you mean. Knight g4, queen f4, king h3, check, king h2, h2, rook g3. This should still be a draw. This might be a blunder, but I think it's a draw. I need like one more move and it's a draw for sure. If I can get the knight to f2, it's a draw. I highlighted the +2. What do you mean I highlighted the +2? Oh, okay. Ah, I see. Okay, so let's go here, king h3, and it's all good. Okay, so I go here. Yeah, this is a draw, actually. This is a draw. Be careful. There's no Zugzwang. I have king h2. Yeah, this is a draw. This should be a draw. When was the last capture? 130? So I still have like another 40 moves to go. Yeah, h3, I just go rook g3. Even king h1 might be a draw, but again, like I said, it's not that good actually. You guys act like it's some supercomputer. Everyone's saying it's so good, but like it completely misplayed the end game. I don't care if it's -1.4 to you guys. Fortresses exist, and when there's a fortress means it's a draw. Yeah, this is a draw. I'm pretty certain of it, actually. Let's go here, and I just hold. I just wait. Yeah, because now I have multiple squares. I have 2 squares for the rook, and I also have 2 squares for the king. This has to be a draw. Yeah, this is a draw. Yeah, everyone's saying it's 3,500. Okay. It's not 3,500, but... Alright, so we draw this game. We'll play another one. Let's see if I can win. Not so impressed, actually. Can't even beat a cat. Yeah, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. Yeah, people were saying it's as good as Stockfish 15, but I mean, it should have won that end game. It messed it up. It messed it up. This was very, very bad technique. Okay. Draw, the prophecy must be fulfilled. I mean, this was horrible technique. Like, this position is definitely winning here without f5. F5, I mean, it's still winning, but black should go f6 and then g5 here. So let me click on... Where's the analysis? I don't see it. Like, f6, g5 wins, but the other point to point out, for those who were wondering, f4 was a huge mistake. Except after knight f4, if you go queen takes f4, there's rook f2, and a stalemate. You take the rook, but it's stalemate.
Wait, but they were so bad.
Okay. Okay. So game 1, we have Don Draper against Tony Soprano. So let's see. Okay, e4, e5, knight f3, d6.
Quick question for you. Are the ratings close? Like, will there be a massive gap between them?
No, I think that basically there can't be more than a 200 rating point gap. So it's like the players basically believe like 1,200 and 1,400 or 3,000 and 2,800. It's a 200 point gap. That's the max gap.
We're not guessing a player's elo who's a color. We're guessing the elo of the game.
Basically, the elo of the game. Yes.
Okay.
So bishop e2. Already. Okay. Castles. Okay. Okay. I mean, after d4, I think it's still probably okay. But d3. Okay. This is strange. Okay. c6 is probably a good move. a3.
c6 is either genius or accident.
Probably accident, I'm guessing. Again, because the ratings can't be super far apart, that's why you know it can't be. Because I can see this being like a 2,500 is black and like 2,000 is white. But of course, it's 200 point differential. So 97 d5 takes. Okay,
yeah. Everybody taking everything is okay. Wow, rook b8. That's actually they saw.
Yeah, but after bishop b5, I mean, white's probably better here somehow. It's very dangerous for black. I mean, maybe queen e6 and black's okay, but again, very hard to play. Actually, queen e6 is bad, isn't it? Because you can take
rook d1.
Yeah, rook d1, rook d7, rook d1 at the end. Yeah, just to show that for people. Yeah, you have this takes.
Oh my god. D1. Okay, but if they found that, then I would make a YouTube video about them and.
Right, they might be like the youngest billionaire in the world, right? Something like that.
Yeah, look at that. I set it up and you spiked it. Nice. Current events joke.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. You know what's funny about this game? That this actually has shades of that Morphy versus the Duke of Brunswick. If white goes knight e5, like this has some real shades of that, like rook d7 and rook d1. Very similar.
Looks very similar.
Okay, so rook e1, a6, Bishop A4.
B5 makes sense.
Okay.
_devils_angel just
Check down.
subscribed.
Okay.
Yeah, very,
Hope
very
you're
weird.
having a great day.
Very, very weird. Yeah, so knight B8. Knight D4, okay. It's actually a great move, but weird.
Was that a? Whoa! There it is. Was that a
that's gotta
mouse
be a
slip?
mouse slip. That has to be a mouse slip, right?
Oh, that messes everything up then. Damn. Okay.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I just want to see how well black converts it. Yeah.
Yeah, black
Okay.
needs. Oh, that's not high level conversion. Oh, guys, you gotta use. Use your queen. You have an extra queen.
Yeah, this is
Guys, have an extra queen. You're not using it.
I mean, at least black goes king f6. It's starting to get really dangerous there for a second.
Oh my god.
Okay.
There it is. There's the queen.
But
like almost mate,
Levy,
rook f7.
can't white go rook f7 and rook g3?
Yeah.
Oh, you have king g4 though, and there's no repetition, I guess.
Sus,
Okay.
man.
Check, check. Okay.
Really trying to set up a mate here.
That's a weird one. Okay.
Yeah, the Okay, finally you get to a familiar checkmate. Oh my god.
All right, so I assume probably we should do this the same way that the Botez did, where we just like mute ourselves for like a minute or two and try to figure out what we're gonna make our guess as, and go from there.
To whom do we submit guesses?
Well, basically the way we did it is that I just like I say it and you say it. I mean, I assume we're not going to be guessing like 1 point difference. Like if I say like 875, I assume you're not going to say like 874, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go like Price is Right.
Yeah, because I realized because if you go first, technically someone could do that, but yeah. All right, okay. So I'll just mute myself for like a minute or two, and then we'll come back, and then I'll just say, and then you say, and then we.
I'll wait for your cue.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Cool.
All right, you guys. So tough to figure out. I mean, there's some moments of brilliance, but there also are a lot of moments of confusion. Like I really don't know what to make of this game because like white had chances. White makes the mouse slip, which is bad. So I guess I'm gonna do what I always do, which is I'm gonna look at the I'm gonna think about what is the high end of this, what this game could be, and what's the low end. I think the high end that this game could be up to is maybe 1100. I'm gonna say 1200. I'll go high. Let's say 1200. Bottom end is probably about, I think it's probably like 700. There were no real blunders. Like white blunders a pawn and white blunders the queen with the mouse up. There were no like objectively huge blunders. So I'm gonna guess that it's probably, my guess is probably like maybe like 1000. I don't, if this is 1500, I'm gonna be upset because 1500 doesn't do this. I think it's probably like 900, 1000. I'm gonna go with 900 probably. That's what I would say. I think it's probably like 900-ish. I mean, black missed a couple of easy wins, but I think it skews higher if anything, so probably I should go a little bit over 900. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with like 950. I'm gonna go with like 950, 975. I think I'm gonna go with 975.
Wait, am I just scrolling on the spreadsheet?
Oh, we both got punished. I think we're both gonna be dropping the score. Yeah, just scroll down, Levy, on the score sheet to where we put it in.
It popped up. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't really. Oh.
Yeah, and it's a big O for both of us too. Big O.
They're 1460.
Yeah. I mean, This is what I'm saying. There's always going to be like one or two of these where you take the guess and it's like we're both off by a lot. I think we're both going to be dropping the score, to be fair. That's pretty insane. Actually, as I think about it, that's really insane.
Wait, but they were so bad.
Okay, well,
wait, is this are these 3 or 5 minute games?
I think it can be either, but
dude, these guys are trash. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Like, listen, I know I'm supposed to be like positive, like, guys. Oh god. Okay, all right, bring on the second game.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's put it this way: anyone watching can be 1460 based on that game.
True.
So
very true. All right.
Jesus.
Okay. Let me invite you. Okay.
I just got over 1,000 in Rapid. Well, you should get to 1460 based on these games.
All right. What do we have? Banco? Interesting. Okay, 92. I don't even. Is that really a move?
I've never seen it. I've never seen that move.
Like I'm thinking. I mean, I know there are lines like you can play like A4 and like knight C3. I know you can play like knight C3 here. I don't recall knight D2 really being a move. Move. I mean, I think it's probably a move, but it's not more than that. But anyway,
that's fascinating.
Okay, B3. Good understanding though to play B3.
Is it good? Okay.
Well, I mean, I feel like this is probably the point. By the way, I just noticed what the name of this is called, and I'm guessing that is this 92. This is called the Banco Gambit Decline, the quote-unquote quiet line. I've never heard that one before.
Wait, was it the quiet line? Is just knight d2 the quiet line? Or
that must be what it says, because I'm just looking. It says A57. It says Banco Gambit declined. Quiet line. Quiet line.
Okay.
I mean, maybe it is. I don't know, but okay. So G6, B3. Actually, I bet G6 is wrong, because I think after B3, White gets what he wants, like with this Bishop B2.
No, the computer hates this for White, but I agree. Yeah, E4 now. Okay, castles.
Again, though, shouldn't White just take the pawn on B5?
Yeah. I think White's just not taking. Oh, okay.
Okay, normal.
Oh man.
Okay. Actually, not taking on E6 is probably a huge mistake too, because now Black gets a free attack because the whole queen side is closed. Now it's just King's Indian. Okay, knight
H5's
F4.
a high-level move. Wow, this is.
Yeah, so far this, but so is knight E6. I mean, this is actually This is very high level, it feels like. Takes.
Okay, well, there was an interesting moment. Like, I would have never gone knight e4, but it might even be the best move. Like, I think...
Knight
I
e4,
thought,
which move?
well, keep going forward.
Okay.
Like, rook d8, I would have just played rook d1. Like, rook d1 instead of
True.
knight e4. But knight e4 is actually a decent move, too. So,
Yeah, knight e4 is either a move that you play by accident that's really good, or you're really good. It's like one of the two.
Yeah, because you realize that c5 is weak. Well,
Yeah, knight e4 is a very, very good move if you know why. Trade. Okay.
Damn.
I guess we'll see though. How good is the conversion? Rook a5 is good. Rook a7. It's good. Knight d5.
Oh my
very
god.
good.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Nice. Rook behind the pawn. Black's rook can't move.
Wow, this is tough. Yeah. All right.
That was a no blunder game. I mean, black got outplayed, but it was okay.
Yeah. All right.
This goes up to 3,000, right? So like, there's no.
Yeah, I mean, technically, I guess like the highest that you could guess is, I mean, if you assume it's a game of mine, maybe I could be like 3,200, and like Daniel could be like 3,050 to 3,100. But realistically, I mean, 3,000 is as high as it's generally going to get.
Okay.
No. All right. Okay. I'm just gonna
Pause.
talk to my chat. Okay, you guys. Okay. This is there are no blunders here. Queen d5 and queen d6 is very, very good. I mean, I think this is pretty high level, but I'm gonna do what I always do, as I said, where I'm gonna think about the skew of where it can go. So bottom, I think it can't. This game could not have been played by someone lower than. Probably not lower than 2,200, I think, because showing knight f g5, knight e6 makes sense. Queen d5, queen d6 is strong, so I would say the lower end skew. I think I'm going to go higher is 2,300. I'm not going to go 22. I'm going to go 2,300 on the bottom end, and then the upside could, I would say, be up to probably 20. Could theoretically be up to like 2,800. So I think I'm going to go like 2,575 or something around there. That's my guess. I don't think it's a 2,300 game. There are no real blunders, a lot of really good moves. Yeah, I think I'm going to go 2,575. If this is an 1,800 game, so be it. Like, if this is 1,800, so be it. But I think I'm somewhere in the range. That's right. I mean, that's my guess. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but that's just my guess in terms of what it could be. It's hard to think. I just don't see this being a 2,300 game. I just don't see it. I mean, Queen d5, Queen d6 feels very, very good. Like, it's tough. Knight e4 is good. I mean, I think I'm going to go with like 2,550. 2,550. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'd rather go on the low side than the high side. I mean, I don't know. Like, black played really well too. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's not a badly played game. It's just knight g5, knight e6. Like, it's not poorly played. Black plays this game very well too. But then again, as I think about black's play, it's a little bit dubious. So maybe I'm guessing too high. It could be lower. I think it's probably like, I'm going to go 25-50. That's my guess.
Yo, I guess you went first last time, so I'll go first
Sure,
this
go
time.
ahead.
Oh man, I'm very conflicted. Give me 5 seconds to decide.
Sure, yeah.
22-20.
20-20. Okay. Then I'm gonna go 2,500.
Okay.
Let's see.
But you're saying that based on white's play.
Well, I know there can't be more than a 200-point gap, but also, what did black do wrong, though? Did black really do anything wrong here? I mean, I know knight h3 is not the best move, but what did black really do wrong either? Like,
is that 21-43, or is that the 27-43?
Let's see. That's 21-43. Wow. Okay.
I actually said I said high 2100, so I'm actually kind of happy that.
Really?
Yeah.
So black's moves are that bad.
They're really they're bad. They're bad. It really felt like an uncontrolled attack. Like black made a couple of just belligerent, aggressive moves that didn't do too much. That's how I felt. I think you gave white too much credit. I tried to base this on black's play. So
fair enough. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Let me get the next one. That's really, I guess maybe like if you're stronger, you play like knight h5 or something. Who knows?
No, but see, here's the thing. White played 2500 level chess. Black did not. And since my logic was that black played so poorly, I would imagine that since it's within 200, that probably white is high 22, 23. Do we have a game link? Do we have the link to the game?
I think we're not doing that just so we don't shame the players. But
yeah. That's fair. Yeah, people are gonna send them messages. Whatever.
1 second.
Yeah.
Wait, why is it not working? 1 second. Just give me 1 second. It's not letting me copy the fen.
Well, guys, we don't show the names because people are assholes. Frankly, like if they see the name, they'll go message them something. So those are not the actual names on the screen, guys. That we changed the.
Okay,
names.
there we go. All right. Invite you.
People are not very nice. Okay.
Okay, so d4, knight f6, c4, g6, knight c3, bishop g7. Okay, all pretty standard. Bishop e3, c5. Actually, this shows, I think, pretty good understanding playing c5 here, because I would not expect players below a certain level to play this, because this is a pawn gambit. This line with c5. The d5, e6. Wow.
This is mainline. Is this mainline same-ish? Well, DE is wrong, no?
DE is, you never take. Yeah, you just go you just go like queen d2 or knight g2.
Yeah.
Okay.
But FE6 is also really bad, no? I mean, isn't bishop e6 much better?
I think bishop e6, knight c6, knight d4 I think has to be right. Or like bishop e6, like something like knight c6 and knight e5.
Yeah.
Okay, so takes queen d2, knight c6, rook d1. Okay, knight d4 shows good understanding, I think. D5 also shows good understanding.
Oh, white took on d4. Okay, yeah, obviously you should go knight e2 when that knight gets there, but...
Well, I mean, the reason that this has to be well played is because, like, the line that I grew up playing is quite different, but, like, the line that I grew up playing was this, like, it was like this line, like...
Yeah.
And then some knight c1, e5, d5, knight d4, and you try to get this knight in and play, like, c5. So, this shows some good understanding by black to play d5. Queen b6, I think, is also a very good move, because now you just play for quick attack. While white has not developed anything on the king side. So takes. Okay, bishop c4 is probably good, but bishop e6.
Yeah, but not taking on d5 with check is like, okay, this is.
I think bishop c4 is probably the best move.
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. It's good.
So queen b3, very good move.
Wow.
Trade knight e2, also a good move. Rook d2.
Okay.
Wow, because I guess if you check on d1 after king f2, there's just a checkmate on the back rank.
Yeah, you have to find queen b6, king g3, bishop e5 takes rook.
Yeah, so it's pretty difficult.
Giving your king some breathing room.
So king f2, rook b2, rook d1.
Someone's getting mated. Ooh, I don't like rook a2. Uh-oh.
I mean, rook d8 is a bad move, although players could be getting low on time here as well. Huh. Okay. Okay.
Gotta like bring the queen, like queen f7 here for counterplay. Yep, nice. Ooh, uh-oh.
I don't know if I like that move. I guess the pawn runs. Uh-huh.
Does white win this game? Or is it
It's
a draw?
probably a draw, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it looks... okay, yeah, it's just a draw.
Yeah, it's just a draw. Yeah, I have no idea on this one. Because again, when players get low on time, weird things happen.
Oh, man, we're gonna need some time on this game.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh, jeez.
Tricky. All right. Let's see. I don't know. This one is very problematic. This is a very difficult one. I don't... Like, the opening is very well played. Like, knight d4, like the thematics of knight d4 and d5 and queen b6 are very, very good. Bishop c4 is a good move by white. This is very difficult. Like, how good is this? Like, I have this feeling this should be lower, though. This could be title players, but I doubt it somehow. Actually, you know what the problem is? White took on e6 in the opening, which you never do. So it's like, I would never in a million years take on e6. So that's what I have to base my first thought on, is what rating would white take the pawn on e6 versus playing traditional? And I'm guessing that if you're above 2100, you would never take. So I think it has to be below 2100. But how low below 2100 is the question. And I think, like, I don't know. I mean, black saw the checkmate, by the way, on c8. So I think it's below. I think it's probably about 2000. I think it's about 2000. That's probably what I'm going to go with. And if it's really high, then I'm going to be disappointed. But I think I don't think it's 1750 because, like, black avoided the back rank mate. Like, I just mean, like, in this position, you guys, black avoided this mate with this h6 move. So it's like, I mean, I don't know. I think it's like 2000. Levy can make moves also, I believe. Levy can make moves as well, can't he? He can make moves too. My instinct is that it's probably about 2000. Oh, he can't? Oh, sorry. Let's make him make him an owner. Wait. I think he can make moves now. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, okay. Well, we'll figure it out. I thought he could. But I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. He can, but both streams see. Yeah, okay. I mean, my guess is that, like, I think it's probably about 2000, maybe. I don't think someone over 2100 plays D takes E6. I just don't think so. But I don't know. It's very hard, though. I mean, it could be lower too. Like, maybe I'm guessing maybe I'm going too high. I think maybe I'll go a little bit lower. I think I'll go lower on this one. I'll go like 19. I just don't think a 1750 sees this. I just don't think a 1750 sees this mating pattern. I don't think a 1750 sees it. So I think I'm gonna go with like I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with like 1950 probably again or something. I'm not sure. All right.
All right, go ahead.
This is very hard. I'm gonna guess that based on the opening taking on e6, the black has to be below a certain level, and then or you know, players have to be below a certain level, and then also just seeing this back rank checkmate with queen c8. So I'm gonna go with 1950.
1950?
Yeah. You think it's
Wow.
much higher?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2480.
Okay. I don't think a 2480 would ever take on e6. I don't think anyone above 2100 would play pawn takes e6. That's what I'm basing it off of.
I agree, but I feel like the game was just. I mean, if they're like 1900, 2000, that's just really impressive. Like,
you're right. Okay, you're right.
So, I don't know.
So 2400 plays d takes e6. Really, that's surprising. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm surprised.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm surprised that a 2450 would really a 2400 takes on e6. Because
it's very bad, yeah.
Well, no, but that's not the point. The point is, though, like, if you play the same-ish, it's a system, though. Like, it's a system setup where you always get the setup. You never take on e6 any lines. So I don't know why a 2400 would do that, because like I'll give you an example. When I was 2400, around 2400, this is when I started playing D4 much more than E4, and the system I played it was the same-ish. And so like I learned the same-ish, and like every line you play D5, you never take like every single line with like bishop E3, C5, D5, you never take on E6. So I'm just very surprised. I mean, maybe I'm just assuming that 2400 knows their opening lines in a way that I guess 2400 online is not. 2400 online is like what? That's 2100-ish, something like that.
Yeah, like, yeah, 2000.
That's my guess. Yeah, I assume if you play the system, you always know to not take on E6. That's what I would say. So yeah,
I see. So my logic was that was the one thing in this game White did poorly. But I felt like just because think about this, like White played normal moves.
Yeah.
I think White took on E6 with the intention to make D6 a weakness, which kind of makes sense. But then Black played like, dude, Queen B6. Like, come on, Queen B6.
That's true. Queen B6 is a good move. Actually, yeah, that's true. I was thinking too much I probably focused too much on this one move, this D takes E6. That probably was a mistake. Yeah, I was thinking about that.
I mean, they just played, and think of like, so the other thing that I said is when they got to move 40 and 50, they played way too well with low time. Like, just like no 1900 they would probably blunder a mate or something in that time scramble. So I didn't
think it really allows for that. But yeah, probably what it is the one move. I didn't think that a 2400 would ever take on E6. Because I know when I grew up, like every single line that I looked at in this, you never trade the pawns. You always like take back. You leave the pawn in D5 and take with a C4 pawn. But that's got to be what it is.
Yeah, the other thing is that White knew their opening for 7 moves and then completely didn't know their opening. So
right, but a 2400 should have a set opening repertoire.
Yeah, but it's like they didn't know the idea of the opening beyond the setup. So
yeah, no, of course, obviously. Yeah. So okay, let's go on with the next one.
Yeah, guys, the queen move, it's not that, you guys have to understand, Queen D2 is not a winning move in the opening. It's just you're playing a setup. That's what you're doing. So
yeah, okay. Okay, let's keep going. Let's do the next one. Okay, what is this? This is E3, D5, G3, 97.
Oh wait, you need.
Oh, sorry, I didn't invite you. Sorry. Yeah, 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, okay, let's keep going.
Okay, so far so good.
Yeah. Knight C3. Okay, C6, very, very weird. D4, bishop G4, bishop F3, bishop D7.
What is this? What?
This is very, very strange.
Okay.
So trade. Yeah, this is very, very weird.
I like how White is like a little better or something. Like, oh, White is playing on the wrong side of the board.
Okay, E4, good move.
So, Hikaru, these people don't know that they're going to be selected to be on our show, right?
Well, no, this is just from the Elo Guesser website. So it's literally what the mods do is they just go they just, click on the game, make a random guess so they can then find the names and take the Elo and all that other stuff. But yeah, there's not like, this is not like planned. So these are probably half the people in these games nobody even knows of, not all of them.
Okay. This might be the first double-digit Elo game I've ever seen in my life.
Well, actually, isn't Rook H... I guess Rook H1 there's F5. But
okay, the chance of that happening is like negative.
Oh,
wow. Nice.
Very weird game.
This is very... Oh. Please end in stalemate. It's not gonna. There's probably a mate.
Okay, and White resigns here. Yeah. Strange. Very strange. All right.
Yeah. Nice to see you soon.
I have no idea what this is, but I mean this has to be pretty low. Actually, I'll pass the ownership to Levy. Yeah. I pass the ownership so Levy can make moves on this board. I mean, it could be a debate, but this has to be very low rated. But the thing is, since I'm behind by quite a bit, I also have to try to nail this right on the. I have to be right on the edge. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion. I just don't have a strong opinion here. Also, I think I'm letting chat influence me too much. Like the previous one, initially, I had the right idea. Like, I had the right idea, not so much that I was like within like 100 points, but I would have guessed 2300. But then everyone's like, 2,000 plays this game. So I really do need to focus on my own instincts here. Because I should have been closer on that one. 1980 was a very bad guess. This one, I don't know. This one, I'm gonna guess that. I mean, I still would have gotten it wrong. I just should not have guessed 1980. I should have guessed 2300. This one though, I really don't have a good idea. Use a higher end, lower end, but this one I know like there can be no. This can't be above. I don't know. Like this cannot be 1,000. This has to be below 1,000. This could honestly be down to like 500, but I'm gonna guess it's like probably 600 is my guess. If this is 1,200, so be it. But I'm gonna guess like 600. Although even that, I don't know if it's right. It could be like 500, 600, but I think it's probably like, I'm gonna guess like probably. Although the thing is, since I'm way behind, I do kind of need to try to pin it. So if I try to pin it, I should almost guess really low. Actually, I should almost guess lower because Levy's probably gonna guess higher here. So I should probably try to guess lower. I think I should probably guess lower and try to get really close since I'm way behind. Because I really do need to be, like very precise to have a chance to come back. So I think I'm gonna guess like, 97, 90 it's just a weird game. I'm probably gonna guess like 500 or something. I think I'll guess lower. Maybe I'll guess 420, but I don't think so. I think it's like probably 575. That's what I'm gonna go with. But
Yo,
I'm just gonna guess. I think I'm gonna go with.
I'm
go
taking.
ahead. You go first. Yeah,
just
go ahead.
For question for you. Before I guess. So remind me how exactly this works. Like, let's say they're exactly 200 points apart. Would the right answer be the average of their ratings?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Then I want to say 630.
Okay, you said 630. Since I'm behind, then I'm gonna go lower. I'm gonna go 500. Let's see.
Exactly 500?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 500.
Okay. We wait.
You're probably closer, I'm betting.
Oh!
We're both wrong.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Dude, no. I mean, come on. No, I mean, obviously you did the logical thing. You should have clearly taken the under. How are they 950?
Yeah, this is pretty bad.
This is the worst game I've ever seen in my life. Like
yeah, by 900s, this is really, really bad. Oh man, this is
Hikaru, people are out there grinding for months to get to 950. And this is the stuff they have to see today?
Yeah, this is not good. Wow.
I mean, I wouldn't be against throwing that one out too. Like, come on, we just saw like a 2,500 game. Like, come on.
How is this a 900 game? I actually thought you were. I mean, I thought you were closer, which is why I guessed lower. But I thought it had to be. I didn't think it could be higher than like maybe 800 at best, at absolute best.
No, I said it couldn't be higher than 700. Like,
okay,
there was no way. But oh my god. But these are chess.com games, right? These
yes,
aren't
they are.
legit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're not 900 Lee chess.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
200 on other websites. Oh my god. Oh, it's painful.
That's unbelievable. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay, let's do the next one. Let's see. Okay.
I feel like there should be a rule if both guesses are off by 300, like it should just be thrown out.
Yeah. That's...
Thoughts on calling this guest the Elo? I don't know, man. You wrote that like 5 times. It wasn't funny the first time, but I appreciate the comedic effort. Okay. SpongeBob. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Why do they all hang that pawn?
I don't know how you hang that pawn. Because like I don't know how you hang that pawn. Because I would figure like if you learn any kind of opening, like I would expect you to learn like something like f4 and then d3 knight f3. Like I don't know.
Dude, the last time they hung the pawn, they were 1450.
True. Also, is f5 a genius move or insane? Like,
it's pretty genius. It seems pretty genius. It's probably gonna win white the game or something.
Right. Okay. h6. Okay. 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 Okay.
Well, they watched the danger levels video, and then they
also
you know,
wasn't there a free bishop on d4 here too?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Wait, but who resigned this game? Like, what happened? This is white. Oh, okay, white won by resignation. Okay.
Oh, so black played 95 and then had enough.
Yeah. Okay.
This is really hard. I think we need like I think the game should be like try to be 30 moves. We get some insight into.
Yeah, this is gonna be very tough. True. All right, well, let's try to figure it out anyway.
Yep.
I don't know. I have no idea. This is like, cause this like, I don't know. Like, I'll give Levy the ability to make the moves. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I really have no idea. What can this really be? Like, this is just brutal. This is absolutely brutal. Like, how do you hang the pawn on e4? Like, how do you hang the pawn? How do you play f5? I mean, like, rook f2 is just a blunder, but it's not a crazy move. I mean, I actually think it's higher rated. I think it's actually quite a bit higher rated. I think rook f2 is just a bad move. I'm going to guess that it's probably like, I'll go higher rated since I'm already way behind. Although maybe it doesn't matter because I probably can't win anyway after the 2400 one. But I'm guessing that probably I'll go somewhere like, I don't know, like 1200, 1150, 1200. I mean, it's one blunder. Like, I mean, it's been skewing higher. So I think I'll go with like, I don't know, like probably like, I'm gonna go higher. I'll probably go like 1250. I think I'm gonna go 1250, 1300. That's what I'm gonna go with. I mean, because they hung the pawn, but also they hung e4 in the previous game. And that was like 1450, wasn't it? In that previous game with e4, where they hung the pawn and went bishop e2, that was like 1450. So now I don't know. Like, because they hung a pawn at 1450, so this could also be like 1300. I don't really know. I mean, I'm gonna go with like 1200 maybe. I really have no idea. I would go 1500 and figure Levy's going to go lower. This is your shot to get back in the game. Yeah, I kind of should probably just gamble, right, at this point and just guess over the top in one direction or the other. Like, yeah, maybe I should go over the top. But then I'm listening to chat too much. I think it's probably 1150 though. I really do think it's 1150 to 1200. That's my guess. No, I'm gonna guess like 1200, 1200 or 1250. No, let's go with 13. Let's go with 1300. Let's go for it. Okay.
Who went first last time? I went first. Yeah.
I'm gonna be bold here. I'm gonna go with 1350.
1350?
Yes.
Oh, dude, that's really bold. I'm gonna go with 920.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. I mean, it was the 1400 hung the pawn e4 the previous one.
No, I think this is a 3-digit game. Oh!
I should have guessed higher. Oh my gosh, my chat was telling me be bold, guess like 15 or 1600. But yeah, I mean,
what the?
Yeah, I mean, I figured he hung the pawn, but he played f5. Like, I mean, there weren't any real blunders, were there? Like, I don't know.
Oh, rook f2?
Yeah, but I mean, it's just a one-move blunder. He missed the knight on e4. Like, I mean,
the bishop hanging on d4.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Leaving the bishop hanging on d4, you're right. Actually, that's true. That's true. That I didn't actually really factor that in.
Oh
that's
my
true,
god!
Yeah.
I guess 700 points.
Yeah, don't worry. I did just as badly on one of the previous ones. Jeez.
Okay, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
some of these are crazy. Wow, I can't believe that. But that's probably why, yeah, you need a longer game to have some idea. Because it's just one move, so it doesn't really show that much. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god. All right, we gotta get a next game here. That was repulsive what I just saw.
Yep.
Masters, and we're getting the grand final between the two biggest stars in online chess, Hikaru Nakamura versus Magnus Carlsen. We are, of course, hoping for another Armageddon battle, and I'm now going to have our experts in the studio place their bet for what they think the winning bid for time in a potential Armageddon will be. So no peeking here. And Robert, what's their strategy here?
Well, they're playing chess. We've seen Magnus Carlsen bluff. I think today they're going limbo. How low will they go? I think the answer is quite low.
Well, what a day we have ahead of us. A big welcome, everyone, to the final day of the Everything's Masters and the Champions Chess Tour.
Magnus really looking happy with himself.
The king can't move. Wait. This move is breaking the rules.
Whoa, everything under control, but suddenly the position has changed. This just looks glorious for white.
Big choice from Arjun Ergaisi.
There we go. The avalanche continues.
There's a big threat on the board.
He's taking
Whoa,
it.
Magnus Carlsen is furious.
He's going straight for the kill. Wesley So has blundered. He's blundered his knight. White king is trapped. This is checkmate blundered.
Magnus Carlsen showing his genius. And again, Magnus Carlsen will have to show his genius because he has a tough task ahead of him today, a grand final against Hikaru Nakamura. And to safely guide you through all the action today, we have our experts in the studio, Grandmaster David Howell, International Master Tanya Sachdev, and Grandmaster Robert Hess. And David, there's actually been a vote on chess.com. Seems like Magnus Carlsen is a big favorite in the grand final. Do you agree?
Not necessarily. I think this is going to be tougher than it should be on paper. The reason that I feel so many viewers have voted for Magnus Carlsen is because he has already that lead. He's won a match, and Hikaru needs to beat him twice in 2 matches in order to take the title. But I do feel that it is Hikaru Nakamura. He will have a chance.
Okay. Tanya, what should we expect from this grand final between these two?
This is the most epic rivalry of modern chess of our times, Kaya. We've got the classical rapid and blitz world champion, the Triple Crown Magnus Carlsen, up against who is the best ever speed chess specialist of all times, Hikaru. What can we expect? The one thing is for sure, no quick draws. Every game is going to be a big fight. Hikaru is going to maximize every single chance on the board.
And what are the chances, Robert, we will see Armageddon today, do you think?
I think quite high, because neither of these two has won a match in regulation, so to speak, because Magnus, he beat Arjun, and then Hikaru in Armageddon. And Hikaru, he lost to Magnus in Armageddon and then beat Wesley yesterday. It's all been Armageddon.
Yeah. And are you confident about your bid?
No.
I have the experts' predictions in here. I'm going to keep them in here until we have a potential Armageddon. And we're asking you at home as well to place your bid. What do you think will be the winning bid for time in a potential Armageddon? One winner will get a signed Airthings device. And actually today there is a special sale on Airthings. You get $100 off your Airthings Wave Plus. You can just scan this QR code and you're directed into the page where you can get your Airthings device to monitor air quality in your home. And air quality is important for chess players, especially when they are playing at home. Day 4 yesterday, we started out with the losers semifinals, which was a battle between Wesley So and Arjun Ergaisi to go through to the losers final.
I really like the way Arjun is playing. Wesley So is capable of playing energetic, dynamic style, but he's forced into it in this game.
That's a sacrifice. I think he's forced to draw. This is just incredible.
Wow.
We were assuming he had to defend his rook, move his rook, or swap the queens. He says, no, just take my rook, please. He moves out of check, and that is a mark of genius, Wesley So. Now we see the position repeat itself.
Have it. Wesley So goes through to face Hikaru Nakamura in the losers final.
We're off. It's the Italian game. This is what Wesley has been going to. It's his go-to opening.
I do feel like this position is so solid for Hikaru.
And there we have it.
Hikaru missed it. Look at Hikaru's face. He looked to the side and he was, oh, what is that? And he realizes that now he is going to face a terrible ending. Well, queen and rook's on the board, but a horrible pawn structure. That was a missed shot from Hikaru.
Wow. Like now.
Oh!
Could he have swapped queens down?
Oh, and Hikaru saw it immediately. And he's shocked.
Oh, my. And we've got to show that.
It's a draw. They've repeated the position 3 times, but Wesley could have won. He could have won if he didn't trade the queens off.
What?
The final move was a blunder by Wesley So.
Oh, we should be firm on the board. It's happening, guys.
Yo-yo between the queens, and it's over. We have a draw. We're going to Armageddon.
Look at Wesley so inching in with the queen. Next, his king is coming up to b4. He is kicking black's pieces back.
Hikaru was shaking his head. He hates his position. He hates what he's trying to defend.
Look how the black queen is just causing a nuisance from behind here. So many weaknesses in Wesley's camp.
Hikaru Nakamura needs just a draw, and it looks like Wesley might have missed a huge opportunity.
Shaking his head, Wesley. Now it's only 15 seconds in it.
This is just easy for Hikaru right now, and he's even ahead on time, right? He doesn't have any problems whatsoever.
Hikaru, he knows he's got this in the bag. He's smiling. He's got a time advantage, and he clenches his fist. Wesley resigns.
But Hikaru Nakamura makes it through to the grand final. He will face off against Magnus Carlsen. And also in the studio to guide us through this final day of the Everything's Masters, we have international master Jovanka Hauska and Hikaru Nakamura. Even if he's been down on the losers bracket, he's actually unbeaten in the tournament. He's really getting the hang of this format, Jovanka.
Yeah, the format seems to suit his resourcefulness, I would say. And I also have to say that he has sussed out the Armageddon bidding because, you know, he did it perfectly against Wesley, so twice.
Incredible. Now, the grand final with Magnus Carlsen and Hikaru Nakamura in Division 1 is not the only grand final happening today in the Everything's Masters. Also in Division 2, 2 players will face off in a grand final. Fabiano Caruana and Yu Yang. So do we have a big favorite in this matchup, Jovanka?
I mean, it has to be Fabiano Caruana, who just needs to win this match in order to take home the first place in Division 2 and also secure a spot into the next division in the next tournament.
Exactly.
Yu Yang, he has a tough job ahead of him. He needs to defeat Fabi twice, which is really big ask because Fabiano has been winning all his matches in just 3 games.
What kind of a grand final should we expect in Division 2? With these 2 players?
Well, it will be cagey, I think. Fabiano will, of course, be trying to lock things down, just keep it as solid as possible. Meanwhile, Yu Yang, he has to be that agent of chaos. He has to destabilize Fabiano.
And you're going to keep us up to speed on everything happening in this grand final throughout the day, Jovanka. And let's take a look. What's at stake in the Everything's Masters? A total prize fund of $235,000. The winner of Division 2 gets $10,000, 50 tour points, and qualifies for Division 1 in the next event. The winner of Division 3 was actually decided yesterday, and Sam Sevian, winning that, got $5,000 and 20 tour points. Top 3 in Division 1 are guaranteed spots in the next event, and the winner takes home $30,000 and 150 tour points. That's going to be either Magnus Carlsen or Hikaru Nakamura. And Jovanka, we actually already know 3 out of 8 players in the next event in the Champions
You
Chess Tour.
mentioned 2 big names. You know, you have Magnus, we have Hikaru, throw in Wesley, and now we could potentially throw in Fabiano Caruana or Yu Yang. That's just already insanely strong. So the next tournament is just going to be on fire.
Already looking forward to it. Now, 2 days ago, Magnus Carlsen and Hikaru Nakamura, they faced off in the winners final here in the Everything's Masters. Let's take a look at what happened in that match. Oh, there we go. It started. This is the winner's final.
He goes for the more ambitious approach. Wow, that is making intentions very clear. Shots fired.
Very surprised, I've got to say, that Hikaru looks so poker-faced on the camera because I would be terrified here for black. How do you get that white pawn? It must be so frustrating. Hikaru knows he's about to make a draw, and finally we see it.
Wow. Here we go.
Look at Magnus. He quickly responds with knight f6, challenging that rook on its place, and now that rook is really oddly placed. Are we going to see a repetition again?
Oh my God.
Are we going to see bishop b3, queen f5, bishop c2?
It is happening.
We are heading to Armageddon.
We are heading. Yay. We've got liftoff. Except that h5 pawn, and that's a big blunder.
Yes, because there's a tactic. Knight takes pawn on e5. That is a game changer.
Oh, he doesn't find it. He moves his knight away. Look at the evaluation bar dropping down in black's favor. Those are 2 runners. And Hikaru, is he going to try and flag Magnus? The answer is no. It's a draw.
Hikaru is actually the one who offered the draw. That's the ultimate sign of respect. That is a good show of sportsmanship.
Magnus Carlsen wins the winner finals with a draw. And a big smile on his face there, Magnus Carlsen. And how much of a mental win was that, David? Winning actually the bidding in the Armageddon.
It was huge. Not only did that Armageddon game decide their match, but just that 1 second difference, the smile that kind of was evoked by both of them. Magnus now is living in Hikaru's head a little bit. And if we come down to another bidding, that's the only chance, maybe the first chance that Hikaru will get to exercise those ghosts.
Let's take a look at the two players' road here to the grand final. We started out with quarterfinals. Magnus and Hikaru both won their matches in dominant fashion. Magnus against Serrana and Nakamura against Young Gukesh. In the winners' semi-finals, Magnus knocked down Eric Geisy to the losers bracket, but Magnus, he did lose one game in that match. Hikaru Nakamura, he eventually won a tight battle against Wesley So. And then Magnus, he did win their winners' final on Wednesday, knocking Nakamura down to the losers' final, where he once again faced off against Wesley So. And once again, it went all the way to Armageddon, where Hikaru Nakamura won the bidding, and with the black pieces, he got the result he needed. So here we are in the grand final. We might have a short and intense day, but it could also be a long day. Robert, what are the regulations here for the grand final?
Yeah, we have a minimum of 3 games, because if Magnus Carlsen comes out swinging and takes down Hikaru, first to 2.5 points wins it. In the first match will be best of 4. If Hikaru Nakamura takes down Magnus, we get a repeat, a second match, a best of 2 in that one. So that could be 4 games in the first one plus Armageddon, 2 games in the second match plus Armageddon. We have a maximum of 8 games, and it will be super exciting.
Yeah, Hikaru has to win the first match. Tanya, will it affect the way he plays?
100%. We're going to see a completely different match strategy by Hikaru. Now, there are 2 things at play here. First, Hikaru has to make sure that he forgets about the fact that he needs to beat Magnus twice to win the championship. He has to just focus on leveling the score, leveling the field in this first set. In fact, if he goes on to do that, Kaya, he will perhaps become a favorite for that second set. We've seen him throughout the tournament so far to go for the match strat of just draw, happy with that, take it to the Armageddon, believes in his ability in that, and then crush his opponents there. But that's not going to work against Magnus. He has to make the most of every single opportunity, no quick draws, go for the wins with the white pieces.
All right. It's Norway against the U.S. in the grand final of the Air Things Masters, but Magnus, he's also playing from the North American continent, visiting his Chessbra friends in Canada. Yesterday was a day off for Magnus. He did post on Instagram yesterday, definitely enjoying himself at the sports pub, playing chess and watching some sports. So he didn't reveal to us, David, 2 days ago what he would do on his rest day. But do you think he's coming in relaxed and happy today?
Yeah, Magnus is certainly very relaxed, certainly very happy. And knowing him, he took his mind off chess, maybe doing some exercise. And I should say, Kaya, rest days in chess are not always a good thing. You do break your flow, you do break the rhythm sometimes, and especially when you're playing well, you want to keep going. So let's see whether Magnus can keep up that good form he showed before yesterday's day off.
Could it actually be advantage, Hikaru? He's in the flow. He played yesterday.
Yeah, it was a tough match. So you're in the flow of chess, as you're saying. You're thinking chess nonstop, and that can help you instead of breaking the pattern where you just have a day off, your mind is off elsewhere, watching sports. So I do think that playing every day can be very helpful in a tournament of this magnitude.
Yeah. There is no doubt these two are very even in the faster time controls. In the Speed Chess Championship in December, Hikaru won their battle in a very exciting match. And you commented on that, Robert. Can you describe that match?
That commentator's curse aside, where Magnus blundered a bishop, that was the start of the match. Hikaru jumped out to a huge lead. Magnus stormed back, but when all was said and done, it was just a little too much. Hikaru Nakamura, he won by 1 point. The timer ran out on Magnus Carlsen's comeback. Hikaru Nakamura was the deserving Speed Chess champion.
And only about a week later, they played again in the Blitz World Championship. That was a draw. Magnus eventually, though, took the gold medal. And as we know, in the most recent battle here in the Air Things Masters winners final, Magnus won that one. So what will it take for Hikaru today, Tanya?
Again, Kai, it all comes down to the kind of opening prep and the fighting spirit that Hikaru shows. Not having that match strategy of going into the Armageddon, maximize your chances in every single game. Now, even in this event, yes, Magnus beat Hikaru, But Hikaru didn't actually lose a single game. They had 5 draws. Hikaru has been unbeaten so far. Magnus Carlsen hasn't lost a single match, but he's lost 1 game in the process to Arjun Aragasi. There was a time back in the day when Hikaru had this huge mental block against Magnus. Magnus had a crushing score, but he has overcome that. In fact, in 2022, Hikaru did not lose a single game to the world champion.
Wow, wow. That is some amazing stats. We are waiting for the first game in the grand final to start. This is the head-to-head stats between them in rapid and blitz chess. Wow, that is a lot of games. And it is advantage Magnus, David.
Wow, Kai, I'm trying to do some quick maths here, but I'm struggling. That's a huge amount of games. And Magnus does have a significant lead, 91 to 51. I was expecting it to be closer, to be honest. But this isn't taking into account the recent history, which, as Tanya mentions, isn't necessarily so one-sided. Magnus, maybe small advantage on paper, but Hikaru making ground. And here we go. We're about to start game 1. Magnus with the white pieces, looking very slick there. And I think he'll try and come out all guns blazing if he can as well. He doesn't want to just take a solid approach. It's not his style.
First time in a long time, I feel we've seen Magnus Carlsen actually comb his hair. Could that be it?
I'm going to make my hair quality jokes. The hair things masters.
Well, we do know Magnus Carlsen, he has good air quality. Air Things is monitoring the air quality in the room he's sitting in Canada. Sometimes, though, opening his window to get some fresh air. He is going to need perfect air quality today. His mind needs to really work because Hikaru Nakamura is the toughest opponent you can face off against in online chess and rapid and speed chess. Waiting for Magnus to make his first moves. Any predictions, you guys, for the first game?
I'll steal the most likely first move. 1e4.
Okay. I'm going for 1d4.
Okay.
I feel out of options now. I'm going to have to go knight f3 just because they took the 2 most popular moves.
And Kaya.
Well, I think Magnus wants to get a mental advantage here and maybe shock Hikaru with something strange, which, I don't know, b3, b4?
Oh.
Yeah.
He's done it b4.
Yeah.
He's gone for that opening. But there we see, okay, air quality not so great to start the day.
Ooh, should open his window, maybe.
Yeah, we've seen Magnus literally open his window after a loss against Aragasi earlier in the tournament. Maybe he was aware that his air quality was affecting him, maybe feeling a bit stuffy in that room. Oh, and it was the English opening, and I was expecting you to guess that one, Kaya, and so close. It was something...
He did get it right. There was no e4, d4, or knight f3. He starts with the pawn in front of the bishop and moves it 2 steps ahead, but we might see a conversion there.
Yeah, so a transposition, it started as an English opening. It can transpose into the Queen's Gambit declined, especially if White lifts his Queen's pawn. Now we're back in the Queen's Gambit declined via a different route. And, okay, which variation will Hikaru choose? He's played pretty much everything in this position. He normally keeps it solid, just develops the black bishop 1 square, the black dark square bishop gets castled, and then solves his problems a bit later. But Hikaru looking off to the right now, just... choosing, just deciding what to play against Magnus. I'm sure he's predicted this. He's played it hundreds of times, Hikaru, but just deciding what mood he's in.
Yeah, it's a big day in the Champions Chess Tour. We have the very first grand final of the season, and we really, really want you guys to join in and hang out with us here in the studio. You can share your thoughts, your questions for our experts in the studio, either on Twitter using the hashtag ChessChamps or in the Twitch chat. We will pay attention to that as well. Thank you for being with us on this big day in the Champions Chess Tour, and let's have some fun.
I feel like we've said our favorite Pokemon. Magnus and Card did the same. The chat probably has to get involved with that as well. I mean, we're talking about chess, but Pokemon has been a theme throughout the event.
Definitely.
And Kaya, you were saying let's have some fun. Take a look at the position on the board. David, we were looking at lines where the bishop can develop, but Hikaru chooses none of that. He goes for the most dynamic option of picking up that central pawn, sacrificing that b pawn. This is a mess on the board. What is going on?
Yeah, so this is a known variation, but I haven't known Hikaru to dabble in this one too much. Normally he chooses a very solid approach. There we see Magnus push a pawn forward. So the Queen's Gambit accepted. It's a kind of branch of that now. Showed Hikaru grabbing a pawn. He's given a pawn back, but not the typical pawn that you would see Black offer in most variations. Here, Black has really ugly structure on the queen side, doubled C pawns, isolated A pawn, but he has a really juicy outpost for his knight in the middle of the board. And whoever races out, gets developed first, tends to get the advantage here. I've always slightly preferred white's chances. You get more space, you have the more fluid structure, but black, as Tanya said, very dynamic, and Hikaru clearly choosing this opening because of the match situation. It's part of his strategy to imbalance things and maybe even go for a win as black. Robert, what do you think of this plan?
I've always been a fan of this opening because it is so dynamic. Black has these doubled isolated pawns on the c-file. We see the one next to the queen and the one sticking out pretty far on the c4 square. That said, as David was mentioning, the d5 square is firmly under black's control. There's not a white pawn that can challenge the square, and black's light square bishop will slide onto the fianchetto diagonal and take control over the board's longest line. So this is going to be good news for Hikaru. He can castle queenside. His king will be safe there despite the advanced pawns. And that d4 pawn is a bit tender in white's position. All that being said, the double isolated c-pawns remain weaknesses. Sometimes they get picked off, and that could spell some trouble for Hikaru. So it's a double-edged position, chances for both.
Yep, definitely chances for both. But if this one does start to turn around, Hikaru's turning things in his favor, then Magnus might start to get nervous. A loss with white and the whole momentum, the whole initiative of the match would change. So Magnus here just developing his queen. Both sides staying very, very flexible. Hikaru here, if he wants to keep Magnus guessing, might develop his bishop and say, okay, I might go this way, I might go the other way, depending on what you do. But as Robert says, it is very typical in this type of position to commit to going long towards the queen side. And it's surprisingly hard to attack black's king on that flank. These black knights act as fantastic guardians of that king. And if they protect it, then it's going to be very hard for Magnus to find a plan quite often. Really interesting start to this game.
I'm loving it. This is what we came for, and we're getting action from the word go. As we've been talking just how dynamic this position is, David, we don't know which side Hikaru wants to put his king on. Will it be on the king side or the queen side? Either way, there's going to be danger. White can also look at certain pawn breaks on the queen side with moving that b pawn one step ahead, and Magnus stops it forever with his Hikaru stops it forever with his last move. He jumps the knight forward. The one weakness that white had created with that a push is the b3 square. That is where the knight has headed. We've been talking about not making intentions clear with the black king, and look at Hikaru's last move. There is no queenside castling anymore. Hikaru is going for the attack, for the initiative along the b file.
Yep, later on he'll clear some pieces out the way, and then a big target on the b2 square, backward pawn, long term. So this does mean that both sides maybe intend to castle on the king side, and we'll see if either side can attack on that flank later.
And you were mentioning about clearing the way. One possible plan for black to do that is step up with the bishop, do that c6 square, David, and then you want to bring your knight. Let's see if we can bring up the analysis board in a bit, but it's a very nice idea with that last move, making sure that you can attack the b2 pawn. The knight from b6 then can jump up to a4, offering some trades, taking away the pieces from white's queen side, and the play will be about flank attacks.
Yeah, flank attacks, and this pawn would be under watchful gaze here, and also, as Tanya mentions, this would be a nasty skewer if this does happen. So Hikaru's plan, what's he going to go for? Is he just going to move his bishop out the way and castle, safety first approach, or will he go a bit more aggressive and start landing blows already on that side of the board? Really interesting start, and yeah, did you expect this, Robert? I must admit, I thought Hikaru would just try and hold with black and press with white, but he hasn't been pressing hard with white so far this tournament, and wow, I think we're both shocked by this last move.
Yeah, you asked me about expectations. I wasn't quite expecting the pawn push. It does make sense. You're just saying, are you sure you want to castle kingside for Hikaru? Because if you castle there, white is going to launch an attack. Your initial question, did I expect this opening? Absolutely not. I expected the type of opening, though, because Hikaru Nakamura has said this in the past, and so many other players have as well, that a lot of people are afraid of Magnus Carlsen, and that helps him win games, that psychological edge. Hikaru is not afraid. He knows how good Magnus is. We saw their head-to-head record. Hikaru has lost maybe more games than anybody to Magnus Carlsen, but he's also beaten him perhaps more times than anybody else has. So he is ready to bring the fight to Magnus, and he plays Tanya's move, bishop c6. The knight may slide out next, as we were showing in some previous lines, but perhaps Magnus Carlsen is going to take a page out of, was it Gukesh's book? Sliding his king one square over. Instead of castling, he will lift his rook later, but for now he might just slide his king to the side.
Yeah, and talking of Gukesh, I've seen Gukesh play this idea of pushing the pawn forward in this exact opening, this exact structure, multiple times. But also your point, Robert, who beats Magnus Carlsen once, let alone 51 times? And that's just Rapid and Blitz chess. And that's just official tournaments. They've played plenty, of course, online and kind of friendly matches as well. So, yeah, imagine beating Magnus 51 times and still having a losing record. Wow. Incredible stats.
You know, I think in sporting history, we've always got these epic matchups and these great rivalries that go down in history books. So if we think about boxing, there's Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier and their big fights. More recent history, there is Federer versus Nadal and their battles on court. And when we think about speed chess, today and in the future, when we will talk about speed chess, these are the two names that will come to our mind. Their fights, it will be Magnus Carlsen and Hikaru Nakamura.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's like Messi and Ronaldo after their picture recently, where they literally acted as these two with that position across the board from one of their epic battles, I think in Norway chess a few years back. I can't remember who was Messi, who was Ronaldo, but either way, two greats, two goods.
Magnus was, Ronaldo picked the Magnus position, and Messi had the Hikaru position. So how lucky Ronaldo and Messi are to get to be Magnus and Hikaru.
That's one way of putting it, for sure. Yeah. But no, this position, it really is a messy one. And
I'm going to give you it's very nice.
But it is the type of position that Hikaru wants against Magnus. We saw in their first matchup in the winners final that Magnus was getting these slight pulls. Hikaru's position was not very dynamic. He had to sit and wait for what Magnus was trying to accomplish. And here Hikaru says none of that. Magnus, you had the day off yesterday. Perhaps you weren't looking at chess, and I was. He prepared this line, and look at Magnus. He's saying all steam ahead. Let's go. Push that pawn forward. H5. Maybe that pawn will go forward even further to H6. Just try to create a dent in Black's kingside structure. All that said, Black's play is very quick with this knight A4 jump. The B2 pawn is already under attack. So Magnus has his work cut out for him.
Yeah, and he needs a solution to this move. This is clearly part of Hikaru Nakamura's plan right now to launch an attack on the queen side. And I'm not seeing it immediately, I've got to admit, how we comfortably defend this pawn. I don't really want to, for example, drop the bishop back to defend it. That would make a very sad piece of the white bishop. And if not,